Hey guys, it's ItsSMOGONdevo back at it with some more practice videos. Again, we're not going to be focusing on the core team I have. We're just going to be messing around with the meta, exploring some options, trying to see if we missed anything or would prefer something else to whatever I have in my current 6. So come check out some more Slowpoke battles. We're going to look at MEGANIUM again a bit more and a few other things. Still working on trying to figure out how I want to cover my Jungle Cup content. Want to get something out soon. Again, I'm not too sure if I want to release that early impression video or not. I might just do an actual look at the meta, or at least an early kind of overview of it. Not as intense as my initial Rainbow Cup meta, but I'm interested in doing something like that one as well. Just gotta wait till we've figured out the meta a little bit more. At the time of recording, we still have no idea because it's very fresh. But let's just put that aside for now and just check out these battles. Got some more battles with some interesting picks, kind of varying, straying from the actual 6 that I'm using somewhat. Again, trying to mess around and see if I'm missing anything in other picks. Bringing back Slowpoke again. Gonna lead Slowpoke with Venusaur and Azu in the back. Love Slowpoke as the lead. Lead it into a Tentacruel. So I'm just going to chip him down as much as I can. Farm up some Psyshocks, go for this one right away. I don't want to let him get to a Hydro Pump, so do get that shield right there. I figured I'm not going to burn a shield. It does go for the Hydro Pump and it takes a massive chunk out of Slowpoke. And I will lose Slowpoke because I decided to take that Hydro Pump. But it's alright, his Tentacruel is extremely low, so I can just farm him down a bit. And I really want to maintain the shield advantage, so I don't shield this Acid Spray, thankfully. He brings in Kingdra, so I'll immediately launch a Frenzy Plant. Do a ton of damage and switch out to Azu, so that I can farm up his Kingdra a little bit. He'll switch it out into Venusaur, so I can get this Ice Beam off. He does shield it, which is a good move. I have 2 shields though, so I'm definitely going to burn this one. He has no shield, so I should be able to get this Ice Beam off. Do a massive chunk to his Venusaur. I'm not going to burn this final shield because I want to farm up the remaining sliver of health he has with my Venusaur to try to get to a Frenzy Plant versus a Kingdra in the back. Yeah, so we farm it up just enough, and now we have that Frenzy Plant and a shield. Go straight away for a Frenzy Plant here. And knock out that Kingdra. Take that match. Now going into the next one, we're going to actually use Quagsire lead with Exeggutor and Raichu. I did miss Raichu, I have been feeling that way for a while now, so I really wanted to go back to using it to see what it could do compared to Lantern. Go for this Acid Spray right away versus MEGANIUM. Doesn't shield it. I don't really want to burn a shield here. Maybe that was a misplay on my part, but it's okay. Now I can bring in Exeggutor and chip down this MEGANIUM quite a bit. He will be able to get a fast move, and I want to keep Exeggutor as healthy as possible. So I'll shield the Frenzy Plant coming in, knock out his MEGANIUM and go for a C-Bomb. I get to burn a shield on Raichu, and then I actually can get to a second one and put that against the Raichu. He won't shield it, and then I'm able to knock him down almost with confusion damage. I'm not going to shield, it is a wild charge, so it will almost knock out my Exeggutor. He has a Quagsire in the back, which is unfortunate for me. Should have shielded it, the Wild Charge, because then I would have been able to knock out his Quagsire with 2 Seed Bombs. Now I'm just desperately trying to get as much damage as I can and burn a shield versus this Quagsire. Goes Acid Spray and I don't shield. I have to shield this move, and then I'm trying to get his shield, so I go for another Thunder Punch bait. Farm up a little bit more energy so it looks like a Wild Charge. get the shield. But I don't believe I can actually get to this wild charge. So unfortunately, he's able to knock out my Raichu with an acid spray as well. No problem. Takes that game, so we'll move on to the next one. Ninetales lead again. Something I don't do too much. With Venusaur and Azu in the back. This is kind of going back to the basics. I just wanted to compare it directly to these off-meta picks. So I led Ninetales into his, forget what he used it, to his Ninetales actually. So typical protocol for mirror matches for me is just piggyback. So don't make the first charge move. Wait to see what he does. Get that extra fire spin in there right at the end. Don't shield this, it's a Psyshock, so then I can get mine off as well. I do have one extra fire spin on him, so I will be able to get 2 Psyshocks right here. He does shield twice, which is interesting. I have a huge shield advantage, so I don't really feel the need to keep Ninetales alive now. I'll bring in my Azu though. Farm down his Ninetales a little bit. Brings in Venusaur. So I'm going to go ahead and use an Ice Beam here, knowing that I have 2 shields and I can get it. Then I'll switch in my Venusaur really quick. I figured this was going to be a Frenzy Plant, so I didn't shield. Luckily for me it was. Now I can farm him down a bit with some fast moves. And then I don't really want him to chip down my Venusaur anymore or force me to burn a shield, so I knock out his Venusaur right away. Ninetales comes back in. I was debating on shielding the Psyshock, but I figured I can farm up a nice amount of energy with Azu here. So I chip him down with Bubble and try to get as much energy as I can. I'm going to burn the shield here just in case a Solar Beam comes in. It was a Psyshock, so that was a good baiting opportunity for him. He brings in Kingdra now with no shields to face this Azu, so Play Rough is going to absolutely wreck that Kingdra. And then I can actually get to a second Play Rough because of all the energy I had stored. Knock out the Kingdra. So going back to these off-meta picks, we're going to go ahead and lead with Meganium and Raichu in the back with Quagsire as well. I really do like Meganium. It just got so much bulk, especially when compared to Venusaur. But losing the head-to-head with Venusaur again is what's setting me back from using it myself. And here you'll actually get to see the head-to-head, so I lead Meganium into Venusaur. My goal here is to just try to do as much damage as I can, maybe bait a shield. Gonna shield this move coming in. And my Meganium somehow pulls off some magic here. So I go for this first Earthquake. This should be a losing matchup for Meganium before it can get to a second Earthquake. But I pull off some magic, he actually goes for the Sludge Bomb that I don't shield. And somehow my Meganium survives and has this Earthquake ready. I'm not 100% sure how that happened. So if someone in the comments wants to explain that to me, please do. But we do a massive amount of damage to Venusaur with that Earthquake. Now I bring in my Raichu, trying to just farm him down a little bit. Hopefully doing it with the fast moves. I have to shield here, obviously. But I am farming up a ton of energy. He has one shield, so my goal here is to launch off a Wild Charge and hopefully drain the shield or chip whatever comes in. I was going to switch out to Quag, but it doesn't have the best matchup. So I'll get this Wild Charge as well. I'm trying desperately to get to another move, but I cannot. So I'll bring in Quag now. And I'm powerless against this Seed Bomb coming in. Seed Bomb's going to hit my Quag and knock me out. Tried to farm up that energy. Honestly, I should have just bring in Quagsire and farmed him up that way, but whatever. Jumping into this next game. Quagsire, Zard, and Meganium. Interesting 3. So we lead Quag into Venusaur. Leading poorly in this game usually means you lose, unfortunately. So here I just want to make Venusaur very easy for the next mon coming in to farm. So I go for an Acid Spray. Pretty obvious play. If I can, I'll get a second one. hoping to scare him and try to get a shield. He does fall for the fear, and he will shield it. Now I have a shield advantage. Bring in Zard. Try to farm up that Venusaur a little bit, experiencing a slight bit of lag. I am going to shield this move coming in, knowing it's a Sludge Bomb. But then Zard can farm down the Venusaur a bit. He brings in Lapras, so I'll go right away for a Blast Burn. He does shield it, which was a smart play. I'm going to shield the Surf coming in. And then I'll try to get to a second Blast Burn, and I just can. Do a ton of damage to the Lapras, knock it out. Both have 0 shields, and he has Executor in the back, so I get greedy and I don't go for the Dragon Claw, but I have Meganium in the back, so I'm pretty okay with this matchup. Pretty sure I can tank a Psychic if I need to, but don't let it get that far. Go straight for that Frenzy Plant and knock out the Executor. Take that one. Jumping into the last match here, gonna go ahead and go with this Tentacruel lead with Lapras and Meganium. Very interesting team. Again, I really do like Lapras, and this is again another kind of teaser for the next set of battles. So after this, we will be returning to the actual practice matches where I focus on building a team. So you will see a lot more Lapras. So I lead Tentacruel into his Lapras, pretty funny. Get this Acid Spray off, and then I switch out to my Lapras now that he's debuffed, and I can chip him down with fast moves just before he gets to his Seed Bomb. Power of Acid Spray. So he brings in Azu. I'm trapped, unfortunately, but Lapras's bulk is going to help him just surf spam this match. Doesn't really do anything, but I can get a lot of surf off. Chip down this Azu as much as possible. Get another surf off here. Lapras's bulk is pretty crazy, and it helps that he has very spammable charge move. He does shield it because he doesn't want to get Azu too low. I'm not going to shield this. I'm going to let my Lapras go down, but I actually survive and can get to another surf. Lapras putting in so much work. Chip down that Azu a lot. Now I'm thinking that I'm actually going to bring in my Tentacruel again. Chip down whatever comes in. Tentacruel does not fear Lapras, so chip it down with some fast moves. Get an Acid Spray off of it right away. Not going to shield here. Oh, actually I do decide to burn a shield. Guess I want to keep Tentacruel as healthy as I can for Azu in the back. Although I do have Meganium. There we go. I get that drop right there. Chip it down more and more. Gonna burn both shields on Tentacruel, not really trying to mess around. Maybe a slight misplay on my part. Right here, I should have just used Hydro Pump and knocked it out, but I go for another Acid Spray. Get that last shield, so he's really trying to push to knock out Tentacruel, knowing Azu can't take it out. But I will survive right there, knock out the Tentacruel. And now I can almost get to another Acid Spray. So I'll use that Acid Spray on his Azu coming in. And then I will be able to almost knock it down with Poison Jab damage. Not quite enough, so he'll knock out Tentacruel, and then I can bring in Meganium to knock it out with the final Vine Whip. So that's going to be the end of those battles right there. And that's going to be the end of the battles. You got to see a sneak peek at Lapras for the next few practice videos. I'm excited to post those out. So yeah, the next few videos are definitely going to be featuring Lapras. I do really like it. I'm not trying to say I'm 100% sold on it for the last slot. Still a lot of things I'm trying to work out, but it's definitely the top contender in my head right now. So next few videos you're going to be seeing it. Almost at the end of my practice videos now. My tournament is actually coming up quite soon. So I will have my Rainbow Cup tournament recorded very soon. And then hopefully we can get out that content and end my coverage of the Rainbow Cup unless anything cool pops up. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. If you guys could, please leave a like and a comment and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Take care for now.